After the death of Fabian Perez, better known as Hetty, young people took the lead and since yesterday began a sit-in that led to a blockade. Therefore, the dialogue table between the government and the leaders is being held.
At the departmental governor's office from 8 o'clock in the morning, there is a work table between leaders and the governor where the firmer asks the government for justice, security and health.
Nosotros hemos propuesto 3 temas específicos, 3 ejes a tratar. Por supuesto, la justicia y la reparación para la familia de Eti, que es el eje principal de esta movilización.
We have proposed 3 specific topics, axes to deal with, justice, apart from the fact that we must deal with the health service problems. We are also talking about the security issue that we have in the department. To date, we have not had an answer. The community is very hurt. An unfortunate issue that was the police, and in this case, we only see empty words.
La intervención de la juventud, la intervención de la...
The intervention of the youth of the islands, that are the people mobilized and thus be able to put pressure on the local administration, more than arriving to cook a pot to make or distribute something. No, that's not attacking the problem. The people are not starving. They are lacking pedagogy and education.
After failing to reach agreement with the departmental government, the leaders continue with the demonstration blocking the Newball Avenue as well as the Gustavo Rojas Pinilla Airport.
Unfortunately, due to some situations that they did not accept, some people left the table and stated that they will continue blocking the airport. Here, the call is that the blatantly unlawful conduct do not lead to anything.
After the outrage and pain of having lost a cultural leader, as was Hetty, young people took to the streets and held a demonstration that ended in the blockade of the airport. Gustavo Rojas Pinilla, who requested the presence of the departmental government to provide definite solutions to prevent further violent acts that end innocent lives of people.
What began as a demonstration in front of the departmental governor's office turned into a march through the main roads in the downtown area of the island until it ended at the Gustavo Rojas Pinilla International Airport in San Andres, where the protesters blocked access to the terminal, which in turn affected the flow of flights to and from the island. At this site, the demonstrators demanded the presence of Governor Everett Harkins and the resignation of the police commander in the department, while requesting that beyond arrest, structural changes be seen coming from the Coral Palace in conjunction with other institutions and entities for the benefit of the social recomposition of the island. The blockade of the airport lasted several hours until their leaders and the local government agreed to a work table to be held this morning.
A fact that caused outrage among the multitude at the press conference presented by Governor Everett Harkins yesterday was the failure to offer a reward for the capture of those responsible for the death of the risal artist Fabian Perez.
The governor in his announcement explained that to date he does not see the need to offer a reward. However, in the event that the capture of those responsible for the crime becomes difficult, the possibility of offering a reward will be considered.
Nosotros hemos discutido la posibilidad.
Well, we have discussed the need to offer a reward, but the investigation is going very well. I spoke to the CTI of the prosecutor's office and said if we should offer a reward, and they said not yet. But in the case that the situation becomes difficult in locating these characters who participated in this criminal act, we will offer a reward.
According to the governor, the possibility is still active in case the location of the people involved is not found. But for the moment, the investigations are progressing satisfactorily. Teleislas News will closely follow up the progress of this possibility.
And to the cry of justice to ask for clarification of the murder of the artist Hetty, the call for recovery of the social fabric of the archipelago was joined.
During the concentration of citizens last night at the Gustavo Rojas Pinilla International Airport, Governor Everett Harkins, together with Colonel Maria Elena Gomez, listened to the claims of the protesters regarding the murder of Hetty, as well as other social problems that the island has.
It is unbelievable that in the middle of election day, a homicide is committed in San Andres. What opportunities do our youth have apart from throwing ourselves into the sea? The youth go out to study to the continent because there is no university in San Andres. The racial diaspora donated 2 dialysis machines and they have not had the attention towards the handling of the machines. In San Andres, there is no blood bank. There is an overpopulation that is being denied. Why is this problem not attacked? The okra does not work. Where is the money? What tourists pay? The 120,000 pesos that tourists pay that they say are going to tourism infrastructure, where's the tourism infrastructure? Haiti became a flag and a cause of a struggle for us.
The sit-in at the Gustavo Rojas Pinilla International Airport culminated with a pact to establish a dialogue table between the protesters and the authorities to be held today in the facilities of the departmental governor's office.
After the demonstrations held outside the Gustavo Rojas Pinilla Airport, several flights had to be delayed at the air gateway. Here is more information on how the situation is currently at the terminal.
The Civil Aeronautics informed this news agency that during last night's demonstration, there were delays in several flights, but these were re-established hours later. Currently, operations continue at a normal pace at the Gustavo Rojas Pinilla International Airport.
And in other news, there is progress with the scrutinies in the islands due to candidate inconformity and the request for a recounting of all votes. The process has been developing slowly during these days.
In the departmental archive, the counting of the E14 of the departmental election for the House of Representatives of last Sunday, March 14, is in progress. The scrutinies are progressing slowly but satisfactorily while it is being decided if the recount of all the votes will be made. At the national level, 72% of the country's voting tables has already been counted. As part of the 2022 electoral guarantees plan, the National Civil Registrar Office has published 98.4% of the tally sheets of E14 forms for verification of parties and candidates.
Within a peaceful and respectful framework with very isolated incidents, this process has been carried out and also with the speed with which the National Registry has made the results of these elections available to Colombians, which is a tradition as I mentioned in my report. Colombia has a very important projections in terms of the possibility for Colombians to know the results, and logically this also gives me confidence.
Likewise, he highlighted that the election day took place in a calm and orderly manner, that the voting tables had all the electoral material and all the electoral witnesses of the different political groups were part of the election. He also highlighted that in all the observed voting tables, the voter identification producer were complete.
And today, institutions and organizations gather at the Cove Dock to conduct an underwater cleaning.
Led by the Lionfish Expedition Organization, divers gather at the Cove Dock to extract solid waste from the ocean as part of their commitment to conserving the marine ecosystem of this point of the island.
This cleaning session came as a result of one day we said that we wanted to dive near the dock and we found that there was a lot of garbage at this point. So together with Fundación Natura, the Army, and guys from Freedive Colombia and Freedive Uruguay, we're doing this cleaning today.
About how much waste they expect to collect today, this is what the monitor said.
We would not know how much specifically, but we are hoping to remove a large part of what is under the sea. Although this is already the second round and there is still at least 50% of the waste in the sea.
It is expected that these activities by these organizations will continue in order to collect the waste that remains at this point of the island.